Hello friends and welcome back to Enterprise Architecture. This time we're playing more FTB Skies, the great new mod pack from the Feed the Beast team, and I'm really loving it so far. I also want to note they have been updating this thing really fast. I've only been playing for a week and we're already on version 1.0.4, so they've been fixing a lot of bugs, updating the quest lines, and really just making a lot of improvements to this pack. So that's just amazing. Good work, team. Keep up the awesome job. So today we wanted to dive right in where we left off from last episode with getting started in the Nether. Now we've made some amazing progress in the first two episodes going through the initial quest line, the getting started quests. Now we still need to find our loot bee, which has disappeared, but maybe some more will be generated. However, the main thing I want to do at the beginning of this episode is dive into the Nether. Now I watched System Collapse play this. I know that the Nether dimension doesn't have very much in it, so we're gonna have to spend a little bit of time looking around for these floating Nether villages. I don't know that we have a jetpack or anything yet, but maybe we can come up with one relatively quickly. So it looks like this Iron Jetpacks mod has all sorts of fun items here. So we need to start with a leather strap, a wood capacitor, which we need a wood energy cell, which needs a basic cell. That's easy enough to make. And it looks like we'll actually need 3 of these, so let's make 2 more. Okay, now we need our wood energy cell. Great. And then the only thing we're missing here is wood thruster, which we need, looks like 3 more basic cells, each for 6. And then let's see what else. Oh, we just need a couple of furnaces. That's easy enough. 1, 2, and then 2 thrusters. And that should give us, oh, missed our wood capacitor. Where did those go? I know I just had those. You all saw me make them. Okay, well, fine. Oh, I must have used them in the thrusters. Yes, I did. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And there's our wood jetpack. And it looks like each level of jetpack can be made from the previous one. So I wonder if we can go ahead and make a bunch more of these. All right, I'm going to keep upgrading these all the way up to at least gold real quick, just to save us some time. All right, so now we have our gold jetpack. But we have to figure out how to charge it. And I think this uses RF. Well, it says FE, but close enough. Now, of the things that are in this pack for charging, I'm guessing the charging station is probably the most flexible one. So maybe let's try that first. And that's easy enough. We just need to make a block of coal. And then we should have everything else for it. Like so. The other thing we're going to need is a generator of some sort, and there's a few different ones in this pack. The Stirling Dynamo is relatively straightforward, but I think maybe the cyclic combustion generator would be the easiest one for us at this point. So we do need to make all of these things. So 4 blocks of coal, and then 2 redstone torches. And 2 pistons. Great. Just like that. All right. And there is our combustion generator. All right, let's try putting these together and see what happens. I'm going to put this maybe over here so we have a little bit more room to work, because we're going to probably want to plug other things into this generator. So let's do that. And let's just drop in a block of coal and see what happens. Yeah, that's getting some energy. If I put this in, does that... Yeah, that's charging up. Perfect. Okay, well, we'll let that get some energy. And in the meantime, let's go find our bits of obsidian that we had. We've already got our flint and steel, so I think this will be enough to make a portal. Now, I don't love the idea of random monsters climbing through this gate we're about to build, so I'm adding another platform out here to the side. where hopefully we can put some doors up and make this relatively isolated from the rest of the island for safety's sake. Oh, now it does look like I am 1 block short here. So we will need to make one more piece of obsidian. Okay, we finished our portal and picked up our jetpack, as you can see from the icons on the left, now that it's charged up. So let's get into the Nether. All right, here we are in the Nether, and it's just as desolate as I would have thought. Now, it does look like there is a platform really close to us, so that's a good sign. And I'm just going to build out this platform a little bit more just to prevent any possible accidents that may occur due to my inability to fly very well. Let's just do that. All right, so in theory, we should have a... There it is. Actually, we can see it right from here. A Nether fortress. Although it occurs to me I should probably gear up before I jump into that. So let me go make some gear real quick. I don't think we're properly prepared for this with no armor and no weapon. Okay, so by going through the portal, we got a floating exoflame from Botania. I'm sure that's going to be useful. And also a portal charm, which will mean that we can use portals instantly. Built a generator, so let's grab our coal. And we also just geared up by getting some armor and weapons. I made myself a whole set of diamond armor and a diamond sword. So definitely moving through the progression. Although it looks like there's a whole bunch of other stuff here. Ooh, Terrorblade. That's from Terraria. Interesting. And let's see here. We also killed a couple of monsters along the way. So we picked up a couple of more drops. So we'll take that. All right, I think that's about everything. Let's go back to the Nether. Okay, time to head to this platform up here. Now, I'm guessing that the glowing purple guy is bad news. Oof, oof. And this whole place looks like it's bad news. Why do you have a music box? Do I want to know? Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Piglins. You know what? I should have made myself a shield. That would have been smart. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Okay, let's dive back in and maybe make ourselves a shield this time too. Okay, all I had on me was osmium as far as extra items go. So we're just gonna go with an osmium shield for now. Hopefully this will help us a little bit. And you know what, let's go in on a far edge. How about that? There we go. Let's see here. Now there's a lot of Endermen here that we just are pointedly not gonna look at. Ooh, singularities, netherite. All right. Nice sword, stonecutter. What does this do? Mining tool. Oh, no, go away. Go away. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that ended quickly. You know, we really just need a pumpkin, honestly, that we could just wear around. Like a pumpkin and a piece of gold armor, and then nobody would mess with us, I think. Okay, let's try this again. Got a gem. Air source receptacle, ghostly bee spawn egg. All sorts of interesting stuff here. Now there's a bunch of loot chests here, and the various items may allow us to skip over some of the intermediary quests here that we are going to encounter. Okay, try not to look directly at anyone and make our way through. All right, ooh, bunch more stuff. Pixie dust, magma cream, experience bees, dragon sinew. Fascinating stuff. Oh, and I'm already full on gear here. You know, we do need to find a little bit of... Ooh, soul sand. Yes, perfect. Perfect. And it looks like there's some netherrack under that too. Why are you angry? I didn't do anything to you. Oof. What was that? So I think I remember the Apotheosis mod having some enemies in it that are like mini bosses or something. So that might have been what we just tussled with. Well, this is working rather well as long as none of them realize they can teleport into the room that I'm in. Okay, that guy was nasty, and he killed me many, many, many times, and he only dropped this bassinet of health helmet. That's not really, that wasn't worth it. That took forever. And another monster boss spawned immediately behind him, a blaze with superpowers and super fast and super aggressive. So yeah, that wasn't really worth it. We'll probably just avoid bosses from here on out, just because I can't handle this with very close quarters combat and no real advantages here. So we'll just leave them alone for now. Ah, there we go. We've got some mana steel, some crying obsidian, a structure beam. I'm not sure what that's for. Another source jar, pixie dust. Okay, all good things there. And this all looks like stuff we've seen before. Ooh, shovel. And some boots. What are you doing in there, my boy? Just hanging out in the lava? Okay, that's fine. We're not going to judge. Power of Friendship. Sharpness 5. Disarming 3. Ooh. That's cool. I'll take that. Something is wriggling out of the amethyst. Oh, an endermite. What the heck? Oof. That's obnoxious. Oh, but we got some endstone out of it. I'm sure we can use that for some more generation. Let's drop that with our other stuff. I had set up these amethyst blocks to grow some crystals here, but I didn't know that endermites were going to spawn out of them. That's obnoxious. I need to put some lava or something underneath. So this guy's pretty groovy. I'm actually really liking the music he's throwing down here. Okay, so after a whole bunch of deaths and interesting near deaths, I'm going to consider this whole place basically looted at this point. Oop. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. A whole lot of piglins now on my island. Okay, and maybe we just make it a little harder for piglins to get in. We're just going to block this up for now, at least until we can get ourselves some doors on this. Ooh. Bouncing around. There we go. All right, so let's take a look and see what all the booty we got is. We got a whole bunch of netherite armor. I think we probably have a full set at this point, maybe 2 or 3 full sets. Got some interesting boots, witches boots, some nice weapons, power of friendship. I got a couple of these which seem interesting. Let's see, we've got some bee spawns, water source receptacles, fire source receptacles, earth source receptacles, some sparks, Certus quartz crystal. Now that's going to come in handy so that we can do some applied energistics work. A lubricant dispenser. More spawn eggs, more spawn eggs. Some gems for socketing, a combustion chamber for tetra. I really want to learn a lot more about tetra. Structure beam. A circlet. Immune to suffocation damage. More gems. A lot more gems, a lot more gems. Picked up some random helper items. A smithing table and a cartography table. In addition to our blast furnace. So we can put all those down. I got a bunch of these chance cubes, but I hear that these are dangerous. So we might wait till we have a big platform to put those on. That kind of worries me a little bit. Some barrel upgrades, planar stabilizers. Yeah, all sorts of interesting gear. Now, I think the most important one is the mana steel that we picked up. Now, I think this allows us to skip a lot of the Botania quests, and not everybody loves Botania. I've only played it a little bit. I haven't used a lot of Botania in the past, but maybe it's worth a shot in this pack to try it out. But of course, I am going to keep my block of monosteel handy just in case it gets too irritating and I don't actually want to deal with it for any reason. Okay, so let's see what quests that closed out for us. All right, well, we did do battle with a bunch of Endermen, so we're going to get some Enderman updates. Took care of that possessed Endermite, so we can take care of all of those quests. Finally got ourselves a bed. Ooh, and that means we get a rain shield. Now that's going to be helpful because I'm sick and tired of trying to record while it's raining all of the time. I picked up an ender chest. Actually, I picked up a bunch of ender chests. And I think that's everything. So part of the purpose of going to the Nether was to be able to get enough netherrack so that we could start sifting some down in an amethyst mesh. We also got the amethyst we need to make our amethyst mesh. But first we need a monosteel mesh, which of course we need from Botania, and we get to skip having to make that manually with Botania because of course we went to the Nether and found a bunch. So first things first, we make our manasteel mesh, and then we go and grab our amethyst that we've been letting grow. I think I picked up enough here to make an amethyst mesh out of that. Okay. So now we are 2 levels of mesh above where we were before. We're going to want to replace our mesh in our sifter here, which we do by poking, right-clicking, right-shifting. Why is that not letting me pick that up? Ah, there we go, because I had a shield in my hand. Of course, that makes no sense at all. So we put our amethyst mesh in there. Now we need a source of nether rack. Crushed nether rack, to be exact. The easiest way to do that is from regular nether rack that we hammer down, and our material generator will actually give us this. So we just need 4 nether bricks and a material generator. So let's go ahead and make 4 nether bricks to cook into a single nether brick block. And that will just take a second. While that's going, we will of course find where I left my blaze powder. Here we go. And make a bucket of lava for our material generator. So let's go ahead and squish this down. So we take our upgrade tool, put it with a gold ingot, and that gives us a upgrade base. We put in our lava and our water, and we get a material generator. And I think I had some pedestals left over around here somewhere. Right, so pedestals are right here. And then I should be able to have enough nether bricks to make, just like that, our nether bricks for the generator. Now, the other thing we're going to need to do is grab up another one of our auto hammers. There's the iron one. And you know what? We can go ahead and upgrade this right away. No need to waste our time with just the iron one. Get a few more of those sticks, stone sticks. Make a gold hammer, and then upgrade that, just like so. Okay. So now we have most of the pieces that we need, so we can start putting this together. So let's put our hammer down first, and still doing that the right direction. Put our bricks there, put our pedestal here, and then we just add our material generator like so. That should start making netherrack. This should start crushing the netherrack. That should start dropping it in here. There we go, and sifted netherrack, and that's going to make our various other items that we need. Okay, and there we go. We're getting a whole lot of interesting items, including force gems, which we didn't have another way to get previously, inert crystals for elemental craft, which I've never used either, neither of these mods, occultism, which I also know nothing about, blazing archwood saplings. I've seen blazing archwoods in Arch Nouveau, but I haven't actually done anything with them. Oh, all sorts of little bits. And netherite. That is excellent. We will definitely be needing netherite as well. So the next thing we want to do is get some soul soil so that we can crush this down into soul sand and then use that to sift down so that we have our ongoing source of nether quartz. That's also going to be an important thing for us to have. Okay, so to get soul sand, we need soul soil on a pedestal. And for that, we need to do, well, we can't do bulk haunting because that requires soul soil as well. But we can do either an enrichment chamber, which is a little outside of our reach right now, or we can do the macerator, which I believe is not so far away at this point. Compressed cobblestone we can get relatively easily. We just need some more stone, which I have been cooking up here. So we can go ahead and make this, but we're going to require a lot of bits and pieces to get there. So we'll slowly just work our way through this. Copper ingots, a flint block is easy enough for us at this point in the game. A couple of stone cutters are no problem for us either. And then all we need is 4 compressed cobblestone, which we have all the items that we need, and voila, 1 compressed crushing macerator. Pick up our jetpack again, because we don't need that right now. Put it back on. And we do need to generate some power here, so let's go ahead and make up another block of coal, like so. Drop that in there. Oh, not in the macerator, no. Into the combustion generator, and use that to convert it into soul sand, or soul soil. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and do 2 of those, because we certainly are going to use them. Perfect. Okay, 2 soul soil. Now, we're also going to want to come over here and upgrade our water wheel system so that we have enough water power for the next grinders that we're going to put down, the next sifters. And now we can just place our water wheel down right on the end of these other water wheels, like that, and give it a full bucket over here, and that should give us a little extra power. And now we can add another sifter. Now, we've already got this sifter, which I know you all are saying, hey, just use the existing sifter. Why are you making another sifter? And the reason I'm making another sifter is because I want that one to be used for dirt sometime in the immediate future. The real question is, where did I put that 5th sifter that we had laying around? Ah, there, I found it, our twisted sifter. There we go, and it's still working. Let's go make another barrel, another hopper, all of the other good stuff here that we need to automate this. Okay, so I created another amethyst mesh. On top of that, we just put our hopper, and then we just want our pillar to go directly into that. We don't really need anything in the middle here. So we'll put our soul soil there, grab up our pedestal, plunk it onto that thing, and then we just give it our material generator. And that should automatically just start working. And just like that, we're already getting nether quartz, and we are also getting nether wart. And since it's a amethyst screen, eventually we'll get nether tears as well, or excuse me, ghast tears as well. Okay, so the next thing I think that we need to do is build ourselves a place to call home. We've been kind of just hanging out in this field for a while now with our livestock, and we really need a building to both have a house, maybe set up a little cooking for blockheads kitchen, and moreover, something for storage for all of our various items we're producing over there. So I'm going to build something out here really quick. I think we're going to use some of the same stylings that I use in Satisfactory. I made some orange concrete tiles here using chipped. I've got some purple terracotta from basic Minecraft, and I think that those will go pretty nicely together. I might also put up some iron wall details as well. So let's see what we can come up with real quick. Now, to get all of those ingredients, we did have to increase our production over here. So I have dirt production going into this container because I know I'm going to need more andesite and whatsoever. So I automated that with a pedestal. Over here, I also automated our sand into a waterlog sifter so that we can get a bunch more clay because we're making terracotta. And then, of course, we also have a millstone automation here because we're going to need a whole bunch of dye. So I'm dumping flowers into that. So those things are all automated in addition to our previous automations that we had set up. Now, to get interesting designs, I'm using the carpenter's table from Chipped with our basic wooden pieces. I'm using our framing saw with framed blocks so that we can do all sorts of framed panels and corners and whatnot. And then I'm also using our mason's workbench so that we can get different styling on our various stone blocks. So the various chipped pieces here are giving us different textures, and then the framed blocks mod is what's giving us our shapes. So in combination, we can have fun textures on top of interesting shapes. Oh, it looks like we have our first mimic. Let's see if we can lure him out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So that all of the items that they may or may not drop don't fall into my other hoppers. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come at me. Perfect. And we got, ooh, immunity to knockback. I guess that's a pretty okay thing. Let's see here. Do I have a curio slot somewhere? Rings, belts, charms? Charms? What is this? Feet? Yeah, there we go. Great. Now I have knockback immunity. Perfect. Okay, and there we have it. Here's our initial building that we're going to be living out of for the foreseeable future. Now, I've used some of the design elements that I used in my Satisfactory build for my base station there, in that I've got these neat looking little sections that jut out with some mock windows. These are actually lights though, instead of windows. You can see it's these neon lights from industrial decor, which I think look pretty neat. And then I've also used these other pieces from industrial decor for the walls where I wanted it to look like these trapdoors. That's similar to what I did in the last create build that I showed off. I also use these great iron sliding doors from Ad Astra that System Collapse uses. I saw those in one of his builds and I thought they looked really great. And this part, isn't that great? The sound effects and they slide in and out. It's really neat. Whoops, left a stray piece of dirt construction block. So this is our space. I finally laid down a bed so I would actually have some sort of a spawn point here. And also took all of the random buildings that I found while I was exploring the Nether. Our cartography table, our smithing table, our chipped anvil, and this blast furnace. Although the blast furnace doesn't really do anything useful here. And then on the other side, I started laying out a kitchen using cooking for blockheads. Now again, I don't really have anything in here yet. I probably need to start storing some ingredients, but for right now, there's really nothing in here and I need to start adding more storage to this. I've got a chest that just holds all of our extra pieces left over from this overall build. And most importantly, all of our storage is going here. So this is all of the things coming out of our sifters. So all the ingredients are being filed away here. Now, one important thing that I learned when I was setting this up is that when you're trying to add more blocks to your functional storage array, you can use your little linking tool and you basically want to put the item into the slot that you want it to be in first and then go ahead and add it to link it. Otherwise, it's just going to start first and then add it with your linking tool. Now, the storage controller in this corner is being connected through some pipes, which are using the pipes mod here, item pipes, and these are actually flowing underground in this little access tunnel I've created to underneath our various barrels where the sifters are sifting into. So that works pretty nicely. And I'll probably expand this access tunnel later to add energy and other things. So Over here, everything else is still basically being automated through. Now, the one thing I haven't connected up yet is our output from our tree farm. And that's because we really need to connect back with pipes, this back with saplings over here, and maybe fork off some of our bone meal from this output into the tree setup as well. We also don't have any way of dealing with all of the various fruits that come out of here, which of course there are a lot that it's going to be generating. So we need to figure out a way to deal with all of those various and sundry things. So for right now, I'm just dumping all of the extra wood into this barrel. So that's the basic setup. Now, I think the next thing I'm going to need to get started with is some real power generation, because I'd like to start building out a full machine room below this or above this. I'm not sure whether or not I want to keep building up as a tower, or whether or not this is going to continue to go underground to kind of hide it. We have a decent amount of space at block 60 at this point, so it's a good opportunity for us to go either way. But we definitely need power. Now, for power, there's a couple of ways that we're going to be able to go. We might go with some of these wind turbines from Mechanism. We haven't actually done anything with Mechanism yet, so that'd be a good opportunity. And then a few of these packs have solar power as well, but most of them have unreasonably high requirements to get started. Mechanism, again, is probably going to be the easiest thing to get started with for using solar power. All of these other ones like Ad Astras, it needs Desh plates, and we need Desh ingots, and we don't have any Desh yet, so I don't even know how to get that. And these other ones just, I don't think are really going to be able to help us. The cyclic power one, you need crystallized obsidian, and that needs crystallized amber, and we need fire charges. This is just, it's just all too complicated. So I think Mechanism is going to be the most straightforward. So probably some solar, maybe some wind power to start here. I think that's the way that we're going to want to do this. Then once we have our machines in place, we can start dealing with all of these raw resources and processing them. So all of our raw ingots, we're going to want to start smelting. Our random chunks here of tuff, diorite, andesite, we'll want to combine those in some sort of an automated crafting table, just dealing with all of this stuff. Maybe using the blaze powder to make some lava. We just need to do something with all of this stuff rather than just leaving it sitting here in a storage container. So going from our raw ingredients into our refined ingredients, that's the next big task. Well, that about does it for this episode of Enterprise Architecture. Join us back here next time. We're going to be playing a lot more of FTB Skies. Bye, friends.